had a dream there was this guy one time, and he crossed paths with one of the most kind-hearted people you could ever want to cross paths with. The only thing is, he attempted to take advantage of this kind-hearted person and even robbed him and took his belongings. But what he didn't know was that this kind-hearted person had two brothers. And these two brothers were the most infamous criminals in the neighborhood. They were so infamous, people would just stay out of their way or just move when they seen them coming. And you never saw them apart. These two brothers were always together. They could be very destructive, or they could just be low-key. But anyway, this kind-hearted guy, he gets back home and he looks all roughed up. So his dad asks him what happened to him. He says, "Oh, nothing. Just some bad guys took advantage of me, and I'm just happy to be alive." Meanwhile, while he's talking to his dad, his two brothers come into the house and they see him all roughed up, and his dad's kind of concerned about what happened to him. And when his brothers saw him, the anger that went over them was insane, because they were thinking to themselves, who would cross them when they had no enemies, completely out of reputation and the fear that they put in the people. They had no enemies, so they were angry, and they wondered who would do such a thing to their brother. Their brother told them not to do anything stupid about it, but in a fit of rage and anger, they got their guns and they got in their car and they went out in the neighborhood to look for this guy that assaulted their brother. So to make a long story short, this guy, he's bumping into people here and there throughout the neighborhood. And when he's snitching on himself, telling people what happened and who he did it to, everybody's telling him, "You know who brother that was? Man, you made a big mistake. You know who brother that was?" So now, after about the third or fourth person he bumped into, he's finally starting to get the message that maybe he crossed the wrong one this time. So this guy bumps into the brothers. He sees them. He immediately takes off running. The brothers are hunting him through the city like they had a sense of knowing where he was, and they just chased him and chased him and chased him. Finally, he ends up at this house, and the porch was kind of high, so he kind of kicked a little hole into the picket wall of the porch and climbed under the porch. And he started to cry because he knew he was being hunted, and if they found him, they was going to kill him. Strange thing, strange thing is, the house was the house of the same dude and his brothers that he was hiding under. So while he was hiding under the porch, he was crying and he was trying not to cry loudly. And their porch had kind of like cracks in it. So the brother that he robbed comes out the house and sits on the porch, and he's sitting there, just sitting down chilling. And he hears like these sounds coming from under the porch. So he goes to check it out, and it's the guy that robbed him. And he comes out and he's pleading to him, "I'm sorry. I wish I never did this to you. I'm sorry I robbed you." And he's like, "It's okay, it's okay." This guy was so kind-hearted that he invited this guy into his house because him and his father had just finished making dinner. So he invited him into the house. So he lets the father know this is the guy and this, that, and the third. And so they sit down to eat. And at this time, the brothers come in the house after looking for this guy all over the place. And there he is. So the brothers, their brother is so kind-hearted that he's also their greatest weakness. And just with a few kind words, he told his brothers that it was all over and to come eat. And his brothers, they put their anger out of the way and just sat down. And everybody ate as a family. It was strange how this story ended, but what got to me was the brother, the kind-hearted brother. He held everything together. But yeah, just a dream I had. What you think about it?